Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and next to me here I have the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So what I'd like to do is show you around the interior, the second and third row, and then take you for a test drive and see if this might be the perfect third row SUV for you. Okay, so now we're in the driver's seat. This is the Grand Cherokee L in the limited trim. So I think there's about 8 different trim levels. So this is kind of the middle, sort of a little more towards the top, but I wanted to give you a good feel of all the equipment and some of the great features. Now I think the limited is one of the best trims, so let's go for a little spin around and we'll see what we think. So to put it into drive, we actually have a gear select knob down here. So we'll spin it into drive. That's how you get to reverse and park, obviously. And it does free up a decent amount of room for the cup holders. And then you have a little storage down here for your cell phone. Now, I've already gone ahead and paired what is the wireless Apple CarPlay into this model. As well, it will have Android Auto. And that makes it so simple. So I'm not messing with my phone. Now, with the CarPlay, that's going to give me my text messaging. I can go back to the standard Uconnect system, and then I can run the navigation, whether it's off the vehicle or Google Maps. Now you hear that I came to a stop? It's got the auto start stop feature. So when I lift off, it's very smooth. Some vehicles aren't quite as smooth when you use that auto start stop feature, but I found this one to be very kind of seamless when you're out on the road. It's not super noticeable, it doesn't have like a hiccuping feel, and that is something I really like. Now, the engine in this one is going to be the 3.6 liter V6. So what does that mean? That's going to be paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and you're going to get kind of mid-20s on the highway for fuel economy and a little bit less in the city. Now, obviously, this is a 4-wheel drive vehicle, so you do sacrifice a little bit in fuel economy, but with that start-stop and some of the efficiency that they've worked into the new Grand Cherokee, it's not too bad considering the actual size of this vehicle. Now there is a V8 option as well, so that would be a 5.7 liter. Now what's the big difference? Towing capacity. This one is going to be rated at 6,200 pounds. If you bump up to the V8, you're looking at about 7,200 pounds. So if you've got an enclosed trailer or a larger boat, you might want to lean towards the V8, but this one is obviously going to get a little bit better fuel economy. Now, let's talk about who's looking at this vehicle, right? If you go from the Grand Cherokee to the L, what's the big difference? The big difference is going to be the third row. Now, this is a 6-passenger model, and there is also offered a 7-passenger model. So this one has the captain's chairs, and then there's going to be 2 seats in the back, and obviously you can fold those down if you're not hauling people around, so it gives you a great deal of cargo space. Now, accessing the third row is very simple. This one has the manual release on the seat, so you pull that little handle, it's going to kick and slide the full second row seat forward, and access into the back is very easy then. So the second row, you can also slide forward and back, you can kind of recline those seats, and second and third row passengers, whether it's the kid or you got people back there, they are going to have USB chargers, so everybody can keep everything charged up and be happy. Now, to me, this feels like a great road trip car, no matter what the weather conditions might be, whether if it's snowing and you're heading up to the cabin or you're going out on a ski trip. You can load up the family. You can even put a roof rack up above to haul all your gear with you and still bring 6 people in the car. Now, cargo space, if you don't need all of that in the back, you can fold down just that one side separately, and that does give you a lot of room for, a lot of activities, right? So we're gonna jump out on the highway here, and again, this is the V6. You hear it run up, it's got more than enough get up and go to get you going highway speeds. And then once you get to those highway speeds, this has the adaptive cruise control system. So you click the little button here, you can then select the distance, whether it's 4, 3, 2, 1 car lengths ahead of you. And then that is a great road trip feature. It's gonna monitor that car, so you are obviously paying attention, but it takes kind of a load off when you're just doing a lot of highway miles. It's gonna keep the distance, it's gonna let you cruise nicely on the road, and then it will slow down if you need to, which is really cool. Plus, there's a ton of safety in this vehicle. So you've got your blind spot monitoring in the side mirrors. The backup camera in here is excellent. It's got a lot of great equipment to make sure you and your family are going to be safe when you're out on the open road. So let's jump back again into this infotainment screen. Like I said, I've got my Apple CarPlay, so I can pull that up, my Google Maps, my Spotify, all that is very easy. And then it does have the built-in navigation, but some of the coolest things are these vehicle features. So if you're doing a little bit of camping or off-roading, this is kind of like a luxury off-road machine. You can launch the off-road pages. It will show you the vehicle dynamics, accessory gauges, the pitch and roll of the car, and then there also is a terrain select mode. So some Grand Cherokees can come equipped with the air suspension, but all of them are going to have this drive mode select. So sand, mud, you've got the snow, or you can kick it into the sport mode and really kind of hunkers the vehicle down when you have the air suspension and makes it pretty sporty. So how are the seats in here, right? So again, this is the limited, so this adds the leather seats, and they are going to be heated for the driver, the passenger, and the second row. So if the kids are in the back, they're gonna be happy, you're gonna be happy, and you have the heated steering wheel, which is one of my favorite features. And I really like this steering wheel. It's kind of got this open pore wood that runs through the cabin with the black leather and white stitching in here. Like I said, it's a luxury off-roader. It's comfortable, it's quiet in here. I mean, it's very nice, and you can load up a lot of equipment if you want, going up to the Summit Reserve or maybe the Overland Edition. But I think, again, the Limited is kind of the sweet spot where you get a lot of stuff, and for not a lot more than the base model, I think it's worth jumping up to this trim. One other cool thing in this one, this has the panoramic sunroof, so that dual pane roof that runs up above, it definitely opens it up, especially if you've got the kids in the back a lot. They're gonna be a lot happier because it's a lot more airy when you're out on the road and just kind of opens it up for everybody. So there's a lot of stiff competition when you're looking at third row SUVs, right? Whether it's the Honda, Toyota, Nissan, but this one almost seems like it fits more in the fight with the Mercedes, BMW, and Audis. The interior is, I mean, it's amazing in here. You can pretty much load one up as well as you'd like to have it, and from there, like I said, it seems more like a luxury off-roading machine than just a standard day-to-day third-row SUV. And I think that's what's great about the Grand Cherokee L. Now, if you don't need the third row, you can opt for just the standard Grand Cherokee, and that would just be a second-row vehicle. But this one is about a foot longer to give you that extra space for the third row. So I think if you're in the market for a third row SUV, you want something with a little bit more luxury that's got a great ride and drive, and is going to be very competent whether you're going off-road or just dealing with the Minnesota winters. I think you absolutely have to get out and take the Grand Cherokee L for a spin and see what you think. So that was just a brief look and test drive in the new 24 Grand Cherokee L. If you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive for yourself, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by anytime. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks again for watching.